In what ways does your media product use, develop, or challenge forms and conventions of real media products?
We have created our media products to both challenge and conform to set codes and conventions. One of the first things we did was to look at the conventions of a teaser trailer compared to a theatrical trailer. From this, we found that our teaser trailer needed to be short and gain interest in the film without revealing too much of the plot.
Our trailer is 1 minute 28 seconds, which is an appropriate length and fits the convention. This is shown in several teaser trailers we found on YouTube, including Skyfall and Les Miserables. We filmed several clips which we then mixed up the order of. This left more of an air of mystery about what happens in our film and ensured we didn't reveal too much of the plot.
The next convention we adhered to was that the teaser trailer started with an establishing shot. This is shown in the trailer for Enemy of the State through a series of high-angle bird's-eye view shots before introducing the protagonist. In our trailer, we used a long-shot pan of a London skyline at night. We interspliced this shot with shots of the main character and crowds in London. This established the location as well as the protagonist and allowed us to introduce them subtly, still fitting with the aesthetic of the trailer.
One of the conventions
What do you want from me?
tried using the voiceover and found that it on the shots and what they are being shown.
Title screens are essential in any teaser trailer as they provide information for the audience and allow them to have a preconception of the film. We had various title screens throughout our trailer. This included the film's tagline, which was "Innocence is no excuse." This was split into two sections with shots from the film in between, which show the protagonist in his normal life. This makes the tagline more poignant and more effective in the reflection of the narrative. An example of a real media text that does this is the trailer for The Dark Knight Rises. The other title we have included is our film title. This is informative and the font we chose reflects the narrative. This was due to the eroded effect, which is reflective of our protagonist's life and events that unfold. Effective examples of this include Limitless and Enemy of the State.
The final titles we included are not essential in a teaser trailer, but enhance the audience interest. These were the film reviews, which included a review from notable film magazine Empire and The Guardian newspaper. This helps gain interest in our film as credible sources have rated it highly.
The final teaser trailer convention we looked at was the vagueness of it. For this we added titles, and the last one said, "Coming soon." This also shows that it has a long lead time and adds to the air of mystery. Examples of this are seen in most teaser trailers.
The next set of codes and conventions we had to look at were for our genre. The genre we decided upon was action thriller. This meant there were two sections to our genre, which allowed us more creative freedom. Firstly, we looked at the thriller genre. We divided the conventions into different sections, including mise-en-scène and actors.
Theorist Tom Ryle proposes that the types of conventions found in genres can be grouped within a set of categories. We have several elements that fit in these categories as it allows our audience to spot the conventions from which they gain enjoyment.
Altman suggests genre offers audiences a set of pleasures. Our teaser trailer relates to the intellectual puzzles. The purpose of the film is for the viewer to unravel a mystery or puzzle, which may have been set up in the teaser trailer. Our genre allows our viewers to do this, as enigmas are established even in the teaser trailer.
Thomas Schatz believes that every film fits into one of the two genres of order or genres of integration. There are elements of genres of order evident in our narrative, such as having a male hero, conflict, and macho code of behaviour. The first convention we found was that tracking shots and pans are used in chase scenes and when presenting a certain group of people who the audience should be interested in. This also ties in with the action genre, and examples of this are shown in the teaser trailers for The Bourne Legacy and Enemy of the State. In our trailer, one example of where we had done this is on the rooftop. We had a long shot pan of the government figure running to the edge. This highlights his importance in the plot as well as keeping with the fast pace of the trailer.
The next genre convention we conformed to was with our location. A lot of action thrillers are shot in built-up locations and, more importantly, a big recognisable city. We use London, and not only is this recognisable for the audience, it reflects their aspirations. We showed the location through a series of long shot pans and the use of a recognisable area, Leicester Square. The trailer for The Avengers shows an establishing shot of the New York City skyline, which also conforms to this convention and shows its effectiveness.
Tying in with the establishing shot at the beginning of the trailer, one of the conventions of a thriller is that the beginning suggests normality and peacefulness. We have achieved this not only through camera work but also through our score. The score starts out quietly and peacefully, before becoming more dramatic at the build-up. This reflects the pace of the narrative as well as the shots on screen, which are uneventful yet necessary in the setup. One of the key shots in representing the protagonist's normal life before the disruption is a medium-long shot of him sitting next to his girlfriend in Leicester Square. This both suggests normality and introduce location and a new character. Examples of this calmness in real media products include Enemy of the State and The Dark Knight Rises.
We have taken some influence from the theorist Vladimir Prop. Prop suggests every narrative has a set of character conventions. Within our narrative, we certainly have a hero, villain, and victim, and other characters would develop during the film. To demonstrate the idea of good versus evil, which is prominent in a lot of films of the thriller and action genres, we focused on both our protagonist and antagonist throughout the teaser. This is shown through the CCTV-style high-angle shot of our protagonist being chased by the antagonist. This is later continued with a medium-long shot of the protagonist pushing the antagonist away in the same location. These fast-paced, violent scenes show the audience that these characters are very different to one another and represent the two sides. An example of real media product with this is in the trailer of The Bourne Identity. The bad guy is shown through a medium shot loading a gun followed by a medium shot of the protagonist, then back to the bad guy. By putting these shots together, the audience can differentiate between good and evil easily. Many people associate genres with fights and chases. These elements fit with our narrative well and helped quicken the pace of the trailer.
We showed two fight scenes in our teaser trailer. The first showed the antagonist pushing the protagonist against a wall through a side profile medium shot. The second was at the end of the trailer and showed the antagonist from a low-angle point of view shot, punching the protagonist in the face. The blue wash over these shots add to the dark and moody atmosphere, and the score creates tension and gives the trailer a faster pace.
Examples of this in real media products include Enemy of the State and Limitless.
Thrillers tend to rely a lot on society and its flaws. Our narrative reflects this as our focus is on a government scandal and an innocent man being targeted as a result.
Subject entering lingerie store.
We don't take care. Which we have shown through our running shots, such as the medium-long shot pan on the rooftop.
Examples of this include Enemy of the State and the Bourne series.
One of the things we found was integral for our genre was the introduction of enigmas. We presented this by setting up the protagonist's normal life with his girlfriend before showing a hooded figure putting something in the protagonist's pocket. We filmed this on a hunger as this continued to establish our ensure he goes unnoticed.
Showed this scene twice in our teaser trailer. The first was played at normal speed, but for the second we slowed down the first half. This is to highlight the importance of this section for the narrative, and the repetition makes it a memorable moment for the audience.
This links to Bartes's Enigma code. This suggests that a narrative will establish enigmas or mysteries as it goes along. As part of our promotional package, we created a poster for our film. We began by deconstructing posters of films for our genre and looking out for the common themes. One convention we used was the use of white Arial font. This makes the writing stand out and ensures all focus is on the image. We also found that existing posters, including Enemy of the State and The Bourne Identity, have a faint image of a target layered over the main character. We took a still of the antagonist chasing the protagonist and put the image of the target over the top of this.
In order to create a website, we looked at existing websites for films of the same genre to find the existing codes and conventions. For this, we looked at the website for A Good Day to Die Hard and The Bourne Legacy. From these, we found that there were social media links on the home pages. We included these in our website as it provided links for our audience to easily navigate between our various platforms of communication. We also found that there were simple codes and conventions that each website adhered to. This included having the trailer somewhere on the website and photos for the film. Overall, looking at codes and conventions has enabled us to create an effective promotional package for our target audience.